It's been known for a long time that banging your head over and over and over and over again can be a bad thing.
Why are you bashing your head into 300-pound linemen? Your brain is sponge cake floating in a bone bucket. Stop now while you don't have to wear a diaper.
Members of the committee, this Friday night, over 1 million kids will take to the football field. 1 in 8 boys in America. I'm certain that radical measures are needed for football to continue safely.
The brain is elastic. It's like a jello mold, and it wiggles around. In a concussion, your brain changes shape very quickly. A really sensitive area of the brain is the white matter, where all these nerve fibers travel from one part of your brain to another, allowing your brain to communicate. In a concussion, these axons get quickly stretched, and that causes injury in a very unique way. If I kind of make a cylinder and I pull it apart, it just gets thinner and thinner. The same material, if I apply this very dynamic stretch, it's how fast I stretched it, and it broke. And that rapid stretch doesn't break these nerve fibers, but it can damage parts of those nerve fibers. So they're like a garden hose, and inside are railroad tracks called microtubules that transport material back and forth throughout the axon. And if you break the railroad tracks, all transport stops. It's like the train car just fell off the tracks there, and everything can pile up. For example, these very sticky, glommy tau proteins, and over even more time, the rest break because of a chemical destruction of those microtubules. If you disconnect these axons, they're gone forever. You can function without quite a few axons at a certain point, but you're at a disadvantage.
Concussion symptoms are varied and can be grouped into 4 categories. Physical symptoms, including headache, dizziness, and nausea. Cognitive symptoms, including problems with memory, attention, and feeling slowed down. Emotional symptoms, such as sadness, irritability, and feeling nervous. And finally, problems with sleeping.
In fact, more than 4 million people sustain a concussion every year, and these data are just among kids under 14 who were seen in emergency rooms. And so when kids sustain a concussion, we talk about them getting dinged. But kids are more vulnerable to brain injury. In fact, high school athletes are 3 times more likely to sustain catastrophic injuries relative even to their college-age peers, and it takes them longer to return to a symptom-free baseline. After that first injury, their risk for second injury is exponentially greater. From there, their risk for third injury, greater still, and so on.
It's a study that the University of Michigan has done of retired NFL players, asking them all sorts of health-related questions. Do you have heart disease, arthritis, depression, kidney function? There's like 50 pages. And their finding was that the NFL players look like they're a pretty happy and healthy group. But if you looked at the bottom of page 37 or something, there was this one little section. And it talked about how they had asked, have you been diagnosed by a physician as having Alzheimer's disease or other memory-related disease? And there were the rates. From age 30 to 49, 1.9% had said yes. So it was 19 times that of the national population.
You know, nowadays it's, everybody'd rather be much more smarter than tougher.
We're all going to get hit, and most of us at some time or another are going to get some kind of an injury, a head injury, headache, concussion. But the real key is when it does happen, to make sure you don't go back too soon, and make sure you're 100% healed, and you're cleared by the doctors, and you have no symptoms, and your cognitive testing is fine.
So you have to educate the coaching staff that it's not okay to play with a headache, or that it's not okay to play if someone's had a concussion.